Welcome. We will look at tools and techniques, material selection, and a selection of classic and new flies. We hope these videos help you become a better tyer.
I've got the Mopster. This stuff it's a real dense chenille, and it's got little bits of flashabou of several different colors mixed in. And I'm going to do this one with a dubbing loop and with some pearl ice dub. This is the pearl right here. I'll just set that down. I've got the bead on the hook in the vise, and I'm going to lay down a quick thread base about 2/3 of the way back on the hook. This is white thread. I'm using white Mopster Chenille. And so I'll work my way back to the front, clip off the excess, dump that. Well, you get 3 meters of this stuff in a package, and as you can see, I've tied a few, but there's a lot in this package. Streamer, you see I stripped off a little bit of that in order to expose the core. Now I'm going to wrap over the core, take several turns. Do the same thing I did before and wrap underneath back to about where I stopped the body, or where I stopped the thread base, and then I'm going to wrap over a couple of times and come back to the front. And at this point, I'm going to clip the chenille off, kind of an angle. And this time, instead of wrapping around with a chenille, ice chenille, something like that, I'm going to grab my little dubbing loop tool, and I'm going to make a dubbing loop. And you see how you do that. You just make a loop and go around the loop and wrap things, give it a couple of wraps over. And then I'm going to hang my bobbin back out of the way. And I've got some dubbing wax here. This is my recipe, and I'm not happy enough with it yet to make it available in the fly shop, but eventually we might do that. I'm just going to open the loop, and I'm going to put a little dubbing wax on one side of it. I'm just pulling a little bit of dubbing out and kind of sticking it to the loop, and I want enough tack there that once I get the dubbing inside the loop, the wax will just sort of hold it. So I want it sticky enough to hold the dubbing in place, but I don't want it so sticky that it gets all over everything. And once I've got that, I'm going to close the loop and take the dubbing spinner and just spin it. And it's not a bad idea. You hold it at the top. It seems to spin it up, and just however you want to do it. I don't really need that much. I don't need that much twist in it. And then I just use this dubbing tool as a handle and kind of wrap it around until I get to the front. And then I'm going to unhook my thread. And just like I would any other material, pull it back, wrap behind the dubbing and over a few times, and then in front. And then I'm going to clip my dubbing loop off. Goes. And same process, grab my whip finish tool, hold the tip in hand and sweep everything back, and then 1, 2, 3. And then just a dab of head cement. If you missed any of the other videos, I use just a plain clear lacquer like you get at the hardware store to use on wood. And if you want to make this stand up a little bit, got a little Velcro tool. And we do have these brass handled Velcro tools. Really like these. You can get into little tight places and brush up and down, back and forth, whatever you want to do with that. It's a really nice tool. And so there is another way to tie a mop fly with a dubbing loop.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for all our videos and tight lines.